this is Laura. Wanted to share with you the week 2 information that you need to learn this week, and wanted to start with making sure you knew where to look for all of the information. The week 2 learning materials is a good place to start, or you can also just click on the modules and you will go to the week 2 area, week 2 overview, and in this you will see we have a couple of chapters. Chapter 2, making ethical decisions and managing socially responsible businesses, and then Chapter 3, competing in the global marketplace. And you'll get used to the pattern each week where there will be an overview of the chapters, and then there will be the learning outcomes that will allow you to know kind of what the intent is of the activities, and then you will have a number of assignments. And you will see that this week assignments and into the next few weeks you are going to have a few more. They're pretty short. So the concept quiz, you remember you get to do 3 opportunities to get your best score. You have some a discussion board here on business ethics, and then you have these quick student community discussion boards where you're just engaging in some topics, which we'll show in just a second, about that allow you to network with some of the students in the class. And then this economic assignment, which you'll have a few extra days to do. So let's jump in, and we'll go back to the modules, show you what you'll be working on. So as I mentioned, we kind of started with the learning materials, but you do want to review these. As you remember, you have an online book, so if you just click on the links provided, it will take you into the book. If you forget, you can always go back into the modules under the getting started and the early overview portion of the course where the entire online book is. And then here you've got the video. And then I provide you each week with a PowerPoint summary of the key elements of the materials we're learning. And then you also have a few learning resources. You'll see that this particular individual who helped develop some of the book materials, Terry Brussel, has a weekly video. They are a little bit long, but if you want to get a little bit more into that, you can also click and just kind of scan through. But here are some shorter videos that help you understand some of the topics that we will be working on. So you've got 2 longer videos, and these are really for you just to dig into the materials. And then when you are done, you can click next, and it will take you into each of the assignments. So you'll have, as I mentioned, 20 questions. You have 3 opportunities to get your best score. And then you've got a business ethics discussion board, and there's a lot of resources here, but do read the instructions. This should not take you too long, but you're going to create a discussion board that includes 2 different ethics violations by different companies or individuals. Then you're going to use the textbook chapter 2.1 and the learning materials to share how these ethics issues for the companies were unethical based on the particular unethical practice and that the company violated. So make sure you read this, and then in the second post you're going to identify one socially responsible company and something about the company that you liked in terms of their approach to social responsibility. So you want to provide some examples that allow us to understand why that company is socially responsible. So 2 different business ethics violations, and then 1 socially responsible company. So make sure you're going to do that. There's a bunch of stuff here. You can do your own research. But in summary, you have 4 total posts. You have 2 about the business ethics violations, 1 about social responsibility, and 1 to another student. So please do that. Again, these don't take that long. You just need to do a little reading, check things out, and kind of dig in, and you'll hopefully enjoy that. So then the other activity here is the student community. You'll be having these maybe not every week, but a lot of the weeks, and this is again to allow you to work with a smaller subset of students in the class. There's about 10 in these smaller groups, and you pick one of the topics, and then you just hit the reply, and you don't all have to talk about the same thing. So these 2 topics this week, it's to help you get more involved in business, talking about a global organization or global economic issues. So you just reply, and then you need to post at least 3 to 4 sentences, and you just need to one post either as an original post or respond to a student, but you need to engage in this. And then the next assignment, which is the one that's going to take a little bit longer, and you but this is one you have extra time. It's due a couple days after your other assignments, so January 26th, and it'll allow you to grow your knowledge of economic indicators. And so there's some information you can review, but essentially you're going to click on the document, it will open, and then you're going to use the links I've provided both in the instructions and in the document, and you're going to go to these and answer some of these questions. And this is to help, again, get you more familiar with where we're going in this class. So economic industries and fastest and essentially slowest growing areas by sector and industry, and then talk about some jobs that are fastest growing or fastest declining, and then you're going to do some of your own thoughts about why these things are happening. And then the same tables that are provided up here, you will answer these questions. And please read, you need to have 4 to 5 good sentences about what you're seeing and what the trends are indicating. And then this last part 3, you have some links. You can go learn more about, there are 4 indices, and you might be hearing about this in the news, that help us understand what's going on in our economy. One is gross domestic product, GDP, unemployment, inflation, and the consumer price index. And if you've been paying at all attention over the last year and a half, the consumer price index is higher than it's been since the late 1970s. So this is a really interesting time. And then we also have unemployment that's pretty darn low, and inflation is also very high, similar to the consumer price index. So go do some research. This Khan Academy we will be using periodically through the term. It's a free site. Go sign up. There's a bunch of information about economic indicators, and these are shorter sites that you can get some information. But then you're going to answer some questions. You're going to go out and find what is the current GDP rate in the U.S., what's the national unemployment number, what's the current inflation rate, and what's the current CPI rate. And then what does this tell you? And do your best. So reading some of this information will help you. Don't just make a guess. Try to put it together and say, what does it tell you about our economy? And then based on the 4 indices, where are we in the business cycle today? And so, for example, are we in a recession? Are we in a boom? And so that's what part of this instruction says. Examples are economic boom, recession, depression, or recovery. And so you are going to answer these questions. And there is a document in here that kind of gives you some information about what a business cycle is. And then you're going to justify your answer and list any sources that you used. So once you've done that, you save the document, and then you can upload it to this assignment by the due date. And then lastly, you have just a wrap up of the current week, which is the second week. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you are welcome to reach out to me. My information is located in the main area. Meet your instructor in the Start Here. Like I said, your textbook is here. Just go through each of the items carefully, read everything. Again, I know that it looks like a lot, but this is a 4-credit course, and each of these are designed to give you experience in all the areas we are learning, and none of them should take too long for you. But notice the due dates, and if you need anything else, you can always go under the syllabus, and you can check under here all the things that are coming up. Thank you so much, and wish you well.